Welcome to the Newsome MMA Podcast, partnered with Concussion Pro 1, the world's first dedicated concussion supplement. I'm your host as always, Newsome, and tonight I'm joined by the newly signed heavy-duty fighter and women's strawweight prospect, Dakota Ditcheva, ahead of her career transition over to mixed martial arts. Dakota, thank you for joining me tonight. How are you?
You're very welcome. I'm good, thank you.
And let's dive straight into your background in martial arts. You're a British Muay Thai champion with multiple honours and accolades. So can you elaborate on this and talk about your Muay Thai career to date, how it all started, how long you've been competing, what your record is, your championship wins and so forth?
Yeah, so I started when I was really young, actually. I've got it from my mum, so I've always been involved in the gym life. Obviously, my mum used to do it. She's world champion in a few different disciplines in fighting and stuff. So I've been around the gym since I was born, really. When I was 4, I had like 2 or 3 fights, nothing serious, but straight away when I was 4, she put me in, and after that, I didn't really do it. I didn't want to train. I didn't want to fight, so my mum never made me do that. But when I was 13, I come straight back to it, started training, then got a little bit of a bug for it, and then from there I just took it a lot more serious, and obviously from then it's just spiraled upwards. I was quite a high level when I first started straight away, really. So I did quite well. I picked up quite a few big sponsors and won quite a few important fights. I was representing the Team GB squad when I was 14, 15. So I was going to the World Championships with them. That was my junior career. So I was winning gold medals 4 years in a row at the IFMA World Championships. So I did really well as a junior, to be honest, and then went pro quite early as well. Was on quite a few big shows at a young age, and yeah, here I am now, moving on to MMA.
Awesome. It sounds really impressive for sure. You mentioned your mum. Your mum's Lisa Howarth, a former world kickboxing champion. How much of an inspiration has she been for you in your career so far?
Oh, amazing. People speak so highly of her. She obviously did a lot for the sport as a woman as well. And it's amazing, really, to look up to what she did and how far she pushed the sport is a big inspiration for me to do the same thing now.
Absolutely. So Dakota, the big question is, why have you decided to transition over to mixed martial arts?
Pete, I've been asked this a lot, actually. What's made you change? It's all about taking risks, I think, and I've seen quite a few big opportunities that have come my way for the sport. Sure. And I just think, why not, really? In Thai boxing, I'm fighting A class anyway. There's a risk of me getting cut, in Thai boxing, and damaging the face or whatever, what people keep saying. So in MMA, I just see the same thing when people say to me, oh, why MMA though? It's so brutal and stuff. But when you love a sport and you love to fight, you don't think about it like that. You just think like, I'm doing something I love. It's something like I've always looked, like to be in the UFC, for a few years now. That's like a big goal of mine. So I just see like if it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. But why not take the risk? What am I gonna lose from it?
Absolutely, and in moving from Muay Thai over to MMA, the ground game's going to be a whole new world for you. So, what gym have you decided to go to in order to progress with the switch over to MMA?
Yeah, so I'm now based out of Aspire, which is in Liverpool, with Dean and Phil. It's a big change. Obviously, it's really strange for me to say that when I've always been under my mum's gym. It's a big change for me, but I'm excited for where they're going to take me, and the knowledge that they have. I'm excited for working with them.
Absolutely, and Aspire Combat Sports Academy is, like you've mentioned, a great gym. Aside from the coach and the people you'll be working with, what made you decide to choose them, or ultimately was it just the people behind the coaching?
No, it was always a gym that I was talked about by a few people, a gym that a few people have said, you should base here, and that's just where I kind of ended up. I just think, there's a reason I've ended up there, and hopefully that's good for the good.
Sure. So after talking to your manager, Carl Messon of Heavy Duty, he told me that you're looking to take the amateur route in MMA to help that process of the transition. And he spoke about you entering the UK MMA Championships. Is this the plan? And if so, why do you think this will benefit you?
Yeah, definitely. I think in Thai boxing, I'll always go back to that, is I never rushed in Thai boxing. I took my time, I stayed as a junior. I did the World Championships as a junior. And I never rushed anything. I never rushed to turn pro or rushed to go to the big fights. It was just what came in front of me and what was right for me. And I think starting from the bottom, you've got nothing to lose. So, I just need to gain experience. It's a completely new sport I'm taking it as. So I just think starting from the bottom, gain as much experience and knowledge as I can. And what comes my way will come. I don't need to rush anything. I just need to, do what's right for me.
Absolutely, and you're still really young as well. You've got a huge career ahead of you, and it's absolutely the smart thing to do. You see it time and time again, and it's very obvious that the people that come into MMA and do rush it. So absolutely the smart thing to do. And I also believe that if you're a medalist in the UK MMA Championships in the UK and Europe, it'll mean that you could have had up to 10 fights during those championships. So you must feel that it's absolutely great experience for you at this stage, right?
Yeah, definitely, 100%. I mean, them championships, I always say was the best thing I ever did. Going over there, I mean, for me, I love to fight, and having a big training camp, 8 to 10 weeks, and then getting one fight at the end of it that could last one round, for me was the most disappointing thing. It doesn't matter whether I'd won or not. To come out with one round was not what I'd done all that training for. I'd done that training for a big 5-round fight where I had to push myself and stay in there and have a brawl. So having them championships where, one might end early, but it's okay because you've got another one tomorrow. And then the next day it's actually, working for something and earning it, you know what I mean? Not just having one fight. And I absolutely love that. I just think like the experience fighting different styles from different countries, it was all beneficial, and I'd still now do the same thing carrying on to this sport.
Absolutely. And will you be booked to fight early in 2019? And if not, sort of when are you looking to take that first amateur fight in MMA?
I'm not too sure. I mean, I'm obviously injured at the moment, but as soon as I can get back in the gym, the more I can learn, the more I can get in the gym, the quicker the process is going to be, and that's all I'm looking to do. As soon as I get my cast off, it's going to be gym every day, learning what I can, fitting it all in, and then hopefully at the start, I'll be ready to go in 2019.
Yeah, sure. And after the UK MMAF, what will your immediate plans be? Will you be looking to turn pro, or will you continue having a few more amateur fights? I know you're saying that you're not going to rush anything. So what sort of your immediate plans after that?
I don't really have any right now. I'm just going with what my management are saying, and just working with them at the moment, seeing what's best for me. I think that they'll have more of an idea at the moment than I will. But I think once I start getting back in the gym and knowing where I'm up to and having them first couple of fights, I'll know the direction that I need to go.
Sure. And finally, Dakota, what's your ultimate goal in the sport? I know you've mentioned UFC already, so I'm gathering that might be the answer.
Yeah, definitely. That is where I see myself. Definitely in the UFC soon, but well, not soon, but that's where I'm working to. But sure. I just want to be at the top of my game, basically at the top of the sport, whether that means the UFC or what, just at the top, fighting with the best, just being the best, basically. That's my goal.
Absolutely. And that's all she wrote. So what I'm going to do now, as I always do, is just give you the opportunity to shout out anyone or anything that you need to. So if you've got any sponsors or your coaches, partners, family, friends, I know this puts a lot of fighters on the spot, but honestly, there's no rush at all here, Dakota. So take your time and the floor is yours.
Yeah. Just want to say, obviously, a big thank you to HD. Obviously I'm injured at the moment. They've taken a big risk taking me on, but I'm looking forward to working with them, and I'm progressing with them. A big shout out to my mum, who's got me here, obviously. I'm still going to be under her at the same time as Aspire, but we're probably looking forward to the relationship, the less stress on the relationship that we're going to have from out of the gym. Big thank you to Daz Morris as well. He's a big part in what's going on at the moment, and obviously Love Hemp, who I'm just starting a sponsorship up with now, who are going to help me with the start of my MMA transition. So thank you very much to them all.
Cool. And just before you go, actually, what are your mum's thoughts on this transition to MMA?
Well, my mum's a little bit, she's probably the most supportive out of my dad and my brother. My dad and my brother don't really want to see me do it. They're not 100% keen on it, just because it is a little bit more brutal.
Sure.
But my mum, it's like, she's a big positive thinker, and she just says, why not? If that's the route that it's going to take you, what have you got to lose? So she's just supporting me in where I want to go, and it's just the next step in getting to the top, basically. And they're all there to support me with that.
Awesome. It sounds great for sure. So Dakota, once again, thanks for taking the time to talk to me tonight. I'm looking forward to seeing what the future holds for you, and I'm sure this won't be the last time we talk either.
It won't. Thank you very much.
Thanks a lot.